Everyone, this video is going to cover the research synthesis essay that you will be completing this week or in the coming weeks. In the synthesis essay, you're going to enter into an academic conversation by identifying a debatable issue, taking a position on that issue, and then producing a sophisticated argument. Within this, you're going to synthesize and integrate multiple sources as support. This assignment is going to require your critical thinking and analytical reading skills, which we have worked on this semester. You will choose your own topic for this essay, and you will use online databases to find sources to synthesize within your paper. You're going to synthesize texts of your choice to support your position in a thesis-driven essay in which you are entering into an academic conversation. Keep in mind the needs of any potential audiences and those who might refute your position, as well as the tone you're using within your essay. Now, just as a reminder, when we synthesize, the main point of that is getting sources in conversation with one another. So if I'm writing a research paper on the downsides of using plastic instead of glass or metal, you've got your main argument. So for argument's sake, let's imagine we're saying it is less healthy to use plastic than it is to use glass. You have your main argument there. You have your thesis. Within your thesis statement, you're going to include the multiple reasons of why it's better, like those little pieces of proof. And those pieces of proof are going to come from various sources. So we're getting our sources in conversation with one another in support of the argument that we're making. The instructions for this are as follows. You want to brainstorm a topic. You are totally allowed to use the practice synthesis that we used last week, or that you completed last week, as long as you incorporate new sources in addition to the ones you've already used. You can continue building an argument with that paper, or you can start fresh with something that actually interests you. So you can brainstorm a topic. You want to use database searches to identify 2 to 3 scholarly sources. You want to use a database search to identify 2 to 3 scholarly sources. I don't recommend going over 4 because you want to really do your sources justice, and you want to pick sources that are actually going to help you. You want to annotate those sources independently and be thorough. Remember, we're talking to the text. We're taking notes. We are jotting down ideas and asking ourselves questions and really using those metacognitive reading strategies that we went over earlier in the semester. Deeply consider the focus, consider and focus on your text. What ideas do they share? Choose your position on the topic once you're well informed. Decide what you want to argue and develop a thesis around that. And remember, you can always go back and edit your thesis if you don't really feel confident in it, or if it's not really matching up with everything. Remember earlier in the semester, we talked about cognitive dissonance. It's okay to change your mind as you research something. Organize evidence around your thesis and be specific. And then as you revise, you want to prioritize keeping your essay focused. What do you want to say? What's the purpose in the essay? What do you want the reader to take away from the essay? To be successful, you need to include a thesis. You need to synthesize evidence around your chosen text. You got to conform to MLA guidelines. Make sure you have an MLA citation for each of your sources. It can be hard to get the hang of, but you guys, this practice is invaluable in making you better at doing this. And also, do not use generative AI to complete your assignment. Not just to complete it, but don't use generative AI at all. Don't use generative AI. That actually works better. Okay. That is the short and sweet of it. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, make sure you send me an email. I'm always here for it. You guys are working so hard this semester, and I'm so, so proud of you. Keep up the good work. And if you remember, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. I'm always here. I hope you're having an excellent week, and I will talk to you all soon.